I'm Damon Remine. We're here at the Queer Lounge with producer-director Lee Storey of the film Smile Till It Hurts, the Up With People story, which is at Slam Dance this year. Lee, thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit about the film and how it came about.
Well, thank you very much. We had a world premiere last night on Smile Till It Hurts, and we're very excited about it. Came about because my husband was in this organization called Up With People, and I didn't know about it for about 15 years, and I went on a mission to discover his past, and I found out a whole lot of things about the organization. It's great fun, it's upbeat, it's entertaining, and there's some very interesting issues about conformity and how different individuals adopted or adapted, I should say, in that environment.
Now, I myself, the reason I want to see the film is that I saw Up With People when they were on tour in the 70s when they came to Topeka, Kansas when I was a kid, and I just remember it being a fun time and a great energetic show. And did you have any experience with the group? Had you ever heard of them before your husband outed himself as being a member of Up With People?
He was a secret member. No, actually, I had not. I didn't know anything about them whatsoever. But he would sing the songs to the kids, and he would talk about meeting with popes and kings, and I thought, isn't this odd? Here I am married to this African American who says he's running around in the 60s doing that. I didn't believe it. And so I really wanted to find out, and I was just compelled to learn more, and I thought if these individuals were so great and this organization did so many wonderful things in trying to change the world and being upbeat and happy and cheery, why wasn't he in contact with them? So that's how I got involved, and I just started researching, and when they closed their doors in 2000, I mean, they were around singing around the world at over 20,000 alumni and singing in 3,600 countries around the world. And when they closed their doors in 2000, I thought all the archival history and the stories would be lost. So Up With People was very gracious, and they allowed me access to all of that. And it was a trip looking at 40 years of history of people singing and dancing and the experiences with audiences. And then finding individuals who were actually in it, not just my husband because he didn't want to interview, but who were part of it when it began, when they started out with a mission. They really started out with a mission to change the world. Then they became mainstream. And eventually a pop culture joke, which a lot of people know because they're so upbeat and happy, and they were, parodied by David Letterman on South Park and Bill Maher, and even in the film Enchanted. And it's really interesting to see how they evolved over time. So Up With People always talked about why they were more than a show, and that I went on a mission to find out.
After the fact, of the organizers who gave you access, have they seen the film? Are they happy with what you've done? Or do you have some revelations in there that they would have rather not have come out?
Probably all of the above. When I started out, I told everybody I was not interested in doing a puff piece on Up With People. I wanted it to be objective. So I didn't take any money from the organization or have any kind of contact in that way that would allow me to not make decisions on my own. And so it's balanced, and I think that's the important thing about it. It shows the good and the upside of it, but also those underlying things that individuals who participated in it, how they felt, what they were going through in being a part of Up With People.
I don't want to give away anything from the movie for our viewers, so hopefully they will have a chance to see it. But just can you talk a little bit about the fact that this is basically an arts group, a singing and dancing group, and I think anytime that there are people involved with the arts, you're going to have members of the gay community who are also members of that. Was that an issue? Was homosexuality a problem for the image that they were trying to put out there?
When the organization started, it actually was. I mean, they had very strict moral standards on how you operate. I mean, you couldn't even date. You couldn't hold hands. It was all about changing other people. Change yourself, change the world. That was their mission. But they are singing and they are dancing, and it is fun and it's entertaining. And so we were fortunate enough to find members who wanted to talk about being gay and Up With People, and they are in our film. And it's interesting because they talk about, at least, and this may have been the time, because things have changed since it started and through the 80s when we interviewed our gay cast member. But he talks about the conformity with the values and the image of Up With People, and the bright and shining, perfect image that Up With People portrayed to the world. And it was difficult because he said there were so many gay people that were in Up With People, because it is singing, dancing, entertaining, and lively and wonderful.
Right.
And yet you could not talk to anybody about being gay, even though you knew a lot of people there were. And so it was difficult, very, very difficult for
A
him.
precursor to Don't Ask, Don't Tell, basically.
Absolutely. And non-gay members will say, well, we always knew they were gay, so why do we have to talk about it?
Wow.
And so that made it even more difficult for people who were in the cast. So it's very heartwarming to know how people experienced it and their thoughts.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. It's Smile Till It Hurts, the Up With People story. Lee Storey, thank you for being with us today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right.